Oh my god. This is my third time recording this. But what is up, Flame Gang? It is your boy Babyboy back again. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everyone is having a great new year. I'm very excited for 2022. If you had a rough year last year, don't let it bleed into this year. You can definitely have a great year. Set some goals, drink water, go to the gym, read books. That's a big one for me. I gotta start reading books. But in this video, we will be talking about the 10 streetwear trends that I, babyboyflame, will be copying in 2022. So I made a video similar to this last year. It did relatively well, and I had a lot of fun making it. So I figured I would make another one. This will give you a general idea of what I'm looking at this next year. Also, I would like to quickly apologize to my subscribers. I haven't been posting as much long form content like this. That's my bad. I've been more so focusing on TikTok. I post very frequently on TikTok. So if you want more of this kind of content, I will be doing more of this long form stuff for y'all, but go follow me on TikTok. I post very regularly on there. But we're coming back to the YouTubes. We're coming back to YouTube. No, I'm not doing that. Let's get into these streetwear trends. This is the third time I'm talking about these, so I should be able to say them pretty well, right? Let's find out. Actually, these aren't ordered in any order of how, which trend's the best. These are just 10 things that I thought were cool and I'm probably gonna buy this year. Number 1, cardigans. My entire life I have been a hoodie guy. Probably hoodies or crew necks. Never a cardigan, but the reason I like cardigans is because it is a versatile mid-layering piece. It does something that hoodies don't, and that is, create a bit more texture in your outfit. Also, cardigans don't rely on any branding typically. Its uniqueness comes from its shape or its material or its pattern. There's mohair, wool cardigans, so that's something I want to buy into. I don't know if I'm going to buy 100 cardigans this year, but I might try and buy one, and I might let you guys know how it looks. And you may be able to see that on my Instagram at babyboyflame if you want to go check it out. Okay, next up we've got restored denim. This can be restored or distressed. It's weird how those kind of work together. But basically it's kind of like upcycled, recycled, all that. I want all that smoke. Give it to me. The kind of jeans I'm looking at are jeans with a lot of texture and character. One type of jean that I love is just straight up patchwork, but actually patching up jeans, not just creating patches for the sake of fashion, but also taking care of something that was old and restoring it and making it wearable again. I rock with that. As well as boro, I think that's how you say it. It's a specific Japanese type of a denim, and it's actually a type of distressing. It can be seen on brands like Proleta Art, Capital, Fundamental. There's one more. Ready Made, I think, does it as well. It's just really unique denim, and I love that a lot of the time it's upcycled or recycled or reused. I think there's a lot of denim in the world already, and people are doing a lot of dope upcycling with denim. So I think that's something I'm definitely going to try to invest in. Next up, we've got camp hats and snapbacks. I'm a hat guy. I've always been a hat. Well, not always. I've been a hat guy for a very long time. And in 2021, I spent a lot of time buying beanies and fitted hats. In 2022, I kind of want to try something a little bit new and maybe go back into the snapbacks or the camp hats from when I was in high school or when those things were popping. Kind of making the transition back to camp hats. Maybe it's a Supreme hat. I know that's not really in style anymore, but I don't know. I've just had an itch to get back into that kind of older type of hat where it's, a snapback or a camp hat. It's just, it's a bit more unique to me now because everyone's wearing fitteds these days. Maybe even those floppy ear flap hats or vintage snapbacks. I don't know. I'm just looking for a bit of a change up. And I'm always wearing hats anyway, so might as well try something new. Next up, we have got silver jewelry. I'm not a huge jewelry person. The only piece of jewelry I really wear is this gold cross necklace. That is obviously a display of my faith. But the issue with gold jewelry is that gold is really expensive, and when it comes to jewelry, it looks a lot better when pieces match each other. If you have 2 layered necklaces on top of each other, it looks better when they are the same type of metal or the same goes for rings and things like that. So I want to get specifically into silver jewelry because 925 silver is a lot more of an affordable precious metal than gold. That's pretty much the only reason. It'll give me a lot more room to experiment and not break the bank. I'm probably going to go with more minimalistic designs. I'm not going to jump right into the chrome hearts, but I do want to try out a few rings, maybe bracelets, maybe some necklaces. We'll see what's good with that. Watch out for me getting into jewelry a little bit. I might be really saucing it up on the boys. Saucing it up on the boys. Next up, we've got a couple different trends in sneakers that I'm interested in buying into in 2022. The first of which is new sneaker designs and silhouettes. I find this important because we live in a world right now of just retros, vintage. Like, I love that, but it hasn't been as interesting to me within the world of sneakers. Everyone knows the Jordan 1, everyone knows the Dunk, and I love those sneakers, but the more they get worn, the more they're produced, the more played out they get to me, and the less special they become. Some silhouettes I'm interested in are like the Pierre Moss Sculpt. Pierre Moss is an amazing black-owned brand, and they make a lot of really dope sneaker silhouettes, and some in collaboration with Reebok. Yeezy, I think Yeezy's still doing his thing. Like, the Yeezy brand is still doing their thing. The 450 has caught my eye from Yeezy. I think that's a really cool silhouette that I want to get into. And then even Clearweather brand, that is like they've been around for a while, but they're a bit lesser known, and they're making a lot of interesting things. I just don't want to keep relying on, the old, the retro, the vintage, the re-release. I want to be a bit more future thinking when it comes to sneakers because I have had so many different types of sneakers. I think this will be a lot more interesting to me. But in general, I'm trying to be a bit more easy on the sneaker purchases. Next up, we've got non-sneaker footwear. This is a huge one for me because since I was probably like 10, I've loved sneakers, and with that comes the thought process of dictating your entire outfit based on your sneaker. And I feel like that can actually be limiting. You're first figuring out what sneaker you want to wear that day and then figuring out your outfit. I think it should be the other way around. And I think with non-sneaker footwear, like I have a pair of combat boots. I have these really nice Doc Marten 1460s, I believe. They're derbies. With these kind of shoes, you have to put more attention and intention into your outfits. It can't just be, sneakers can't carry you with that kind of shoe. And there needs to be some more value in your fit, and that's something I want to challenge myself and see if I can do. The last sneaker type trend I'll be buying into is high quality sneakers and grails. If I'm going to be buying a Jordan 1, I want it to be a 1985 bred. I don't want to buy the new sneakers drop. I want to be able to get things that have value and things that I can wear for the rest of my life. A lot of the sneakers I bought last year I got rid of, and I hate doing that. I want things that have really strong value. The thing with the sneakers app is they've created this culture of just straight up consumerism. Like, everyone knows about the sneakers app now. Everyone tries to hit on every single pair of sneakers. Let's just pump the brakes. Let's figure out exactly what we want and stop buying these whack new releases. There's new collaborations every day. The Sacai joints from last year, they overdid this. Those were abysmal. Like, they made way too many of those and it was whack. I think we need to start pulling back a little bit and be like, yo, Nike, we're not going to keep buying these dunks you're putting out. This is not, y'all aren't doing anything anymore. You're just wasting materials at this point. I don't know. That was a bit aggressive, but I want to buy more high quality sneakers in the form of, historical value, cultural value, nostalgia, personal nostalgia, quality materials, things like that. I want to put more time and thought into my purchases. Next up, we've got athleisure, and I know I'm like 4 or 5 years late to this trend, but athleisure is something we saw with like Fear of God. Kith does it really well. Aimé Leon Dore has great athleisure as well. It's sweatpants that you can wear in conjunction with your other clothing. It doesn't have to be a full sweatsuit. You mix and match pieces to create a casual look that is super comfortable. That's what I'm trying to get into. And I don't know why I haven't. I've been more of like a jeans guy my whole life. But I really want to get into this like athleisure, loungewear type vibe, especially around the winter time when it's super cold. Wearing, higher quality sweats is extremely comfortable, and I love that. Last but not least, actually probably one of the more important things I'm going to buy into next year is logoless and graphicless clothing. Now, this is something I want to do for 2 reasons. One, I want to put less focus on the logos and less focus on the brands I wear, and more focus on my intention with each outfit. More focus on the silhouette, the shape, the fit, the textures, the thought behind the entire outfit. You know, and I feel like with logos and graphics, we tend to really lean on those very hard, and it makes for statement pieces, but oftentimes the statements don't really even, you know, represent you. Like we're really putting on for these brands without getting anything in return, without them even buying into, you know, our cultures and what we like. Like why are we going so hard for Nike? Why do we love Nike so much? Because we are all walking billboards for them. I want to be less of a walking billboard and more of someone who just dresses with intentions. I feel like there's a lot of young brands too that are just slapping graphics on t-shirts and moving units, and it's like it feels like there's no brand identity behind that. So I don't know, there's a lot of reasons I want to go try to dress a bit more logoless, but of course I'm still a sucker for some logos and some graphics, as you can see. But that's pretty much it. That's kind of where my head's been at with you know, streetwear trends I'm buying into next year. There may be more to this list. I may add some things in. I may later this year take back some of these things, but focus on, you know, yourself, focus on what's under the clothes, your health, your mental health. Fashion isn't everything in the world, but I do think some of these trends are cool. I view fashion as a form of art, and this is some of the, you know, kind of artistic perspective I have going into 2022. I'm losing my mind here. This is the third time I filmed this, but I'm glad we got through everything. That was pretty much it. If you guys like this video, think about liking, subscribing, comment for sure. I always appreciate the comments. My one question to you all today will be, what are you copying in 2022? It doesn't have to be a streetwear trend. Actually, matter of fact, what are you into in 2022? It doesn't even have to be buying something. You could be getting into anime or into, you know, taking a boxing class. Let me know what y'all are doing in 2022. Maybe you have a New Year's resolution or goal. Let me know what that is. I'm trying to read more books and go to the gym every day. So that's kind of what I'm on. Read more in general. I'm on my phone too much. That's pretty much it, guys. Sorry if this was a bit more of a rant. It's been a minute, but I want to get more consistent on YouTube. Happy New Year. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, shout out you. But stay fresh out there. Peace.